is Larry Fitzgerald. How are you, Larry?
I'm doing fabulous this morning, Rich. I really appreciate you having me on.
Always, absolutely always. Before we get to your situation and your team and how things are going there, I got to start off with last night's finish, the Thursday night football finish. What did you think when Aaron Rodgers hoisted that ball in the air last night, Larry?
Well, I was anxiously anticipating, what would happen when it got to the receivers, and I was. In that situation, I always like to believe in, giving a little pressure, not letting the guy set his feet and get that kind of ball off, knowing he has arm strength to get it there. But you got to tip your hat to the way the Packers played, especially in that fourth quarter. They didn't look very good in the first half and really got it together, and it was Aaron making plays for him, on his feet and with his arm.
Have you ever been involved in a play like that yourself?
Yeah, I caught a Hail Mary in 2007 against the San Francisco 49ers. It was about a 55-yarder.
So you're saying Kurt could throw it that far? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that was, he was a little younger. He didn't have as much gray, in his beard, when he was able to do it like that. He couldn't do it now. He wouldn't be able to call Hail Mary right now,
Well, he can't do anything right now because his jaw's broken in two places, Larry.
I know. Yeah, we talked via text, but he won't answer my phone calls for some reason.
Well, it's just he can't talk on the phone. I mean, who knew he had such a glass jaw?
No, he took some big hits in his playing career.
No, I know that.
Never.
That I know. So were you surprised that Calvin Johnson wasn't on the field as a defender?
I don't know, what Green Bay's usual, jump ball routine is, but I like to believe that the defensive, players should be on the field. That's what they do. That's what they're paid to do. Calvin makes his plays on offense.
Mm-hmm. Larry Fitzgerald joining me here on the Rich Eisen Show. Let us turn to your team. What is working so well in Arizona?
No, we have a tremendous head coach in Bruce Arians, and the players have really bought into his philosophy, his mindset, his aggressive nature, and we try to embody what our coach represents. We have a lot of young talent, meshed with older veteran talent, and I think we have a great combination in terms of the leadership that we have in our locker room, and it's coming together well for us now.
What did you have to buy in for the Bruce Arians era? What did you have to buy into?
I always believed, he knew exactly what he was doing. I believed in what he was teaching in terms of the philosophies and the character that we established here in the locker room. I was always bought in. I just needed to learn, the position I was going to be playing and be able to master it to the best of my ability.
But for somebody like yourself, with all the credits and accolades and numbers that you had put up, to be learning anything new might have bristled a receiver in any way, shape, or form. And I do recall in the first blush weeks of the Bruce Arians era that you weren't getting too many targets or balls thrown your way. And now it seems like everything is just like it's always been. So what was that like for you?
Well, it was definitely an adjustment, Rich. Something I had never experienced. But, I'm very thankful that I went through it because I had never gone through, on the field adversity like that. I think it really taught me how grateful and that you should be for even having the job and be able to do something you really and truly love to do. And it made me a much better football player. Now I can do any position on the football field to play wide receiver. He's made my route tree much bigger. I'm a much better blocker. So he challenged me to be a more complete football player, and I'm thankful for that.
8 yards shy of your first 1,000-yard receiving season in 4 years, something that you can achieve in St. Louis this weekend on just one throw from Carson Palmer. What is he like to be on the receiving end of his passes? What's he like?
Well, he's pinpoint accurate. He has got a great grasp of what Coach Arians is teaching. This being his third year, being all of our third year, we have a really good understanding now of how Coach wants his offense run, and Carson, with his accuracy and all the weapons that are at his disposal, he's playing really at an MVP level this year. You think what he's been able to accomplish out here, and it's really been fun to be a part of it with him.
And we saw that last weekend he scored with his feet. Does he have a little Cam Newton in him, do you think?
No, man. Did you see the celebration after the spike and fall down? And it was real bad. But we were happy that he was able to stumble in there. I mean, it seemed like it was an eternity for him to get to the end zone, right?
Yeah, and it seemed like he was out of breath to spike the ball. Or you tell me, was that his attempt at dabbing? Was that his lame attempt at dabbing in a way?
No, Carson can't dab. That's not in his repertoire. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, I mean, he just got in the end zone and nearly threw himself over with the ball that he spiked. you know? So,
Yeah,
and it seems to be all working right now, right there. And you're 9-2. What are and Arians definitely is the type of guy that talks about Super Bowls out loud. Is he? Are you talking about that right now?
Well, what's crazy is that he says it, to the media or things of that, but he never really talks about it with the team. He always, harps on the fact that we have to respect the process. Respecting the process entails just being accountable to each other every single day, being punctual, making sure that your attention to detail is always on point. Our first goal is to be able to win the NFC West, and we take it from there. But you have to earn the right to get to the Super Bowl, and without respecting the process, you're not going to be able to make it.
So, it's interesting to use the word process because that's a lot of talk about process these days, about even catching the football, completing the process, and fans are confused sometimes, and even sometimes folks who play the game are confused as to what a catch is. Are you of the mindset that the league catch rule needs to be changed or clarified in any way, shape, or form?
Rich, it is, and I've seen a lot of different instances, starting back to Calvin Johnson when he had the touchdown against the Chicago Bears many years ago. And then I saw one, not too long ago, Michael Crabtree caught one on the sideline. He was in bounds. He touched his feet about 4 times. He got out of bounds, and the ball was dislodged. But, it was obviously a catch. So, there's a lot of instances where I've scratched my head in games when I thought balls should have been called completions and they weren't.
Well, let's put it this way. My idea is that if you, Larry Fitzgerald, have 2 hands on the ball at any point in time and 2 feet on the ground, and now that means you've got the ball, just period. The fact that you have maintained possession, which anybody can see with their own 2 eyes, with just 2 hands on the ball, and you have 2 feet on the ground. Now, if the ball is dislodged, even going down to the ground, it's on you to maintain it. Otherwise, it's a fumble. Would you, as a longtime receiver in this league, agree to such a rule clarification as that?
No, because we had an instance this year against Seattle where Darren Fells actually caught a ball, made a move, and the ball was knocked out of his hands. They ruled it incomplete. And in that instance, I was definitely believe that ball was incomplete, Rich. But if the ball was not fumbled, I think that should have been a catch, though. That's just my feeling on that.
It's interesting because I saw the same thing, Larry, and I thought it was a fumble. I thought he caught it and turned up.
So did I. But I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad it worked out in our favor.
See, now I'm picking up what you're putting down. I see that now. Okay, very good. So right now, are you thinking at all at age 32 of the end game scenario of your career in any way, shape, or form whatsoever?
No, I really don't give too much thought about that. I'm really enjoying the process. I'm really enjoying, what we put together this season and what the future holds for us. And, I'm really enjoying that. The time to think about all that stuff is after the season is completed. So right now I'm totally focused on, on trying to help this team reach our goals.
How much longer do you think you can play then? How much longer?
Well, I really enjoy it. The preparation, the practices, and the being around the guys and playing. Obviously, on Sundays is still fun for me. So, until that happens, I would consider it at the time when it wasn't fun anymore. But still, I'm having a good time.
Do you know Kobe at all? You know Kobe?
Oh yeah, I got to know Kobe very well over the years. Yes.
What do you think of his decision that he just made?
Well, he only the individual knows really, what they want to do, what their body's really feeling like, and you have to be honest with yourself at that point. And I think Kobe was honest, about the way his body was feeling and just the way, he was responding from the rigors of preparation. And so I think he had an unbelievable career, one of the best to ever do it, and it was a pleasure to be able to watch him over the last 20 years. Kobe was everything, for me growing up, watching him do the slam dunk contest and all the NBA championships he was able to win. It was really a joy to watch him.
Did you see that Tiger Woods said this week that he doesn't know when he's going to get back holding a golf club and that he's basically become very good at video games? Did you see that, Larry?
Yeah, I did see that. It was hard to hear him say those things because you just idolize that guy. And he's been a model of consistency throughout his entire career. And you have 3 surgeries on the same spot in your back. It's definitely going to raise some questions. But I just hope that he's able to find some solace in the fact that he's going to try to get his recovery together and maybe make a comeback again.
Last thing for you. Last time we spoke, you were talking about how much you loved Boardwalk Empire and would have loved to have had a cameo on that. And I didn't see you before that show ended. I'm going to give you the floor. I mean, what are you watching right now? What would you love to just say, you know what, I wouldn't mind being a part of that show? So.
Well, my show really love, it comes on in the spring. It's called Game of Thrones. That's my favorite right now. That's the one I really enjoy. Empire is pretty cool. I think I could definitely be an MC on Empire right now. But maybe after my playing days are over.
No, I know that. I know you want to wait till the playing days are over. But let's just put it this way: if Game of Thrones called you Larry Fitzgerald and said you can go anywhere in Westeros you want for a cameo, where would you go? Would you go to the Wall? Would you hang with the Khaleesi? Would you go to King's Landing? What would you do? Who would you go and hang with?
You know what? I have a weird infatuation with Stannis Baratheon. I love his demeanor. I love his sternness. I just love the Lady of Fire. I think she's got a real mystical. I like that crew. I like that crew.
Yeah, but Stannis, I don't think Stannis is available. If you want, I think let's put it this way: he's doubtful on the injury report on Game of Thrones right now.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
So
I guess you're right.
Do you think the Red Lady has brought Jon Snow back to life? You think Jon Snow's dead or not? What do you think?
I think Jon is passed away. I really. It was sad to see Jon go. I'm a big fan of Jon Snow. I thought he was a great inspiration in the movie.
Yeah.
Or in the series.
I don't know though. I think he's coming back. Yeah. That's why you want to hang with that crew. Is that you never know.
True.
See,
true.
That's what I'm saying. If you ever, let's just put it this way. I know if she's around, that you're thinking of having more years left in your NFL season. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I have more left in the tank.
Okay, Larry, thanks for calling in. You're really you were the first person to hold up a Rich Eisen Show week-to-week Player of the Week award last year, and even shoot a video shout out to my mom making the award. That meant a lot, Larry. So thanks for everything.
Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully I can catch up with you sometime in LA this offseason.
Anytime. You're welcome here anytime, Larry, and I'll see you down the road.
Thanks, buddy. Have a great day.
You bet. That's Larry Fitzgerald, at Larry Fitzgerald on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.